my next project is an improved version of my older project, telephone control switch with voice. This project I have given name as GSM control switch or GSM IVRS. Let me explain you what IVRS is. Interactive Voice Response System. You must have heard, whenever you call any bank or corporate office, the computer answers you. हिंदी में बात करने के लिए एक दबाइए. To speak in English, press 2. Or to talk to our customer care, press 3, and so and so, so and so. This is a menu which is normally played by a computer over a telephone line. The process is, when you press a button from your mobile phone or any landline, basically you are transmitting DTMF code corresponding to that key. Now these DTMF codes are transmitted over telephone line, and a DTM decoder fixed on the card which is fitted inside a PC are decoded, and based on the code values you are taken to the menu, and this way this process is known as IVRS system, Interactive Voice Response System. So far this system has only been implemented using PC. First time I used this system on industrial control. So I renamed this project to IVRS system for industrial control. Again the process is same as my previous project, but this has become a more user friendly. Now the application area, important application area of this is in industry. Suppose you manufacture this type of screwdrivers and you have an automatic process plant, auto production plant. At the end of the day, suppose at about 8 o'clock when you are traveling or when you are in house, you receive a call from some of the dealer or your client that he wanted 10,000 pieces of this screwdriver. The factory is closed. Someone has to go and start the plant. But from this device, you can switch on your plant from anywhere in the world. And if your plant is automatic, auto process, so you can process, you can manufacture these screwdrivers as much as you want, and you can switch off the plant when it is no more needed. But there is one difficulty in this. See what happens when your plant is on, nobody is there at factory. No supervisor there, no worker is there. Suppose something goes wrong, then that's the reason supervisor is needed. Suppose if some plant or if some motor gives out smoke due to overheating, what action you are supposed to take? Action is you are supposed to switch off the plant immediately, let it cool down, and thereafter again you can switch it on again. Meanwhile, a supervisor is also supposed to inform the boss. Due to this reason, the task could not be completed in time. Same way, so what I did is, I incorporated a supervisor inside this project. What the supervisors are? You can add or you can connect 3 sensors of your choice to this project. Only requirement is the output logic should be low. That's it. Suppose if I connect a smoke sensor, and if the smoke sensor senses a fire or a smoke, what it will do? It will switch off the plant immediately, and it will call a number. It will dial out a number, whatever number you have stored into this, and give you emergency message. It will not give you emergency message for one time. It is going to transmit this for 5 times. That means it is going to redial this number 5 times at the interval of 1 minute and give you an emergency message. After making 5 calls, which is going to take about 10 minutes of time, it's going to check again the same sensor, and if the sensor is still activated, it's going to make another 5 calls. If the sensor is not activated, then it will keep silent, it will not inform, and you know you already received a message on your phone that something has gone wrong. So you can call up the device again and start the process. That's the normal way. If suppose some fan or some motor gives out a smoke because of overheating, what you do? Stop it for some time, let it cool down and start it again. That's a normal way. So this way, this device or this project becomes more responsive, more responsible, where supervisor is also present. Now this project is known by various names like GMS, GSM, IVRS, IVRS for industrial control, industrial process and monitoring system using IVRS, or you can also use it for any home or office or industrial control system. So be stand by to see the live demo on this project. Let me introduce you to the project. This is GSM control IVRS or IVRS for industrial control. This is our microcontroller 89C51. This is speech IC where all the messages have been stored. This preset is to adjust the sampling rate of the speech. This preset is to adjust the volume control. This is 8870 or equivalent DTMF decoder. This is 7805 regulator with the heat sink, P-con power connector socket, serial EEPROM 93C46 where your password, telephone number and all other secrets are stored. This is relay board, and this is relay driver IC ULN2803. The green indication LED shows whether the relay is on or off. These are green connectors, 2-pin connectors where the load has to be connected. This is 4047 timer IC which we use for 10-second time. This is LM386 amplifier IC. We drive this speaker, and this is a speaker connector. This is MCT2E optocoupler. This is 7400 inverter IC. This is a matching transformer. Matching transformer is required to isolate the telephone line from our circuit. These are the 2 box type capacitors. This is off hook relay, and this is dial out relay, and this connector is for to connect the telephone line. This is a 9 volt 1 ampere transformer where to connect, and we are going to connect and show you one of the load to this circuit. So let us connect the load first. In order to show the demonstration in classroom, we have chosen bulbs. You can take any 2-pin plug with at least 2 meter of wires. At the other end connect one holder and a bulb, and one end connect 2-pin holder. So in normal way, when you plug in this holder, this bulb will glow. Now we have to connect this load to any of this relay. How to connect the relay? Most of the students, they ask me this question. That's the reason I am going to explain you this. Now once you have prepared this bulb and holder circuit, out of this 2 wire, cut 1 wire, any of the 2 wire, cut 1 wire only, and strip out the insulation, and this 2 end, when you join this 2 end, bulb will glow. That means if you are connecting a switch has to be connected between these 2 points. This is the telephone socket which is connected to these points, After the telephone has been connected, check the voltage. It should be around 50 to 56 volt DC. If this voltage is available, that means the telephone line has been connected properly. Plug in the power supply and you will receive this message, please enter the password. Now this is just an initialization of the circuit. Now I am going to call this device remotely from my mobile phone. You can see this incoming call LED indication telling that some call has come.